Ruler School is brought to you by Odyssey Games, where you can go to pre-order upcoming Force of Will sets, ccgprime.com for singles and supplies, cardodoko.com for those rulers in the international market looking for product, the Ruler School Circuit Series now taking orders on our Quarter 3 2024 circuit kits, and our guest lecturer members, Fight Ramen. Class is in session. Hey there, rulers. Welcome back after a long week of Force of Will and hopefully a Force of Will pre-release to your favorite ever live Force of Will vodcast. It's office hours with 4 people this time. It's myself, DMO73, and I'm joined as always by Paul Reisman,
DMO74,
Mike Rance,
right?
DMO75,
and Patrick Ogrins.
US's third favorite judge.
The fact that you dropped the ball and didn't say DMO76
No.
simultaneously
That's
pleases
the
me
point.
and angers me.
Exactly.
We got a lot to talk
No
about.
satisfaction.
We get a lot to talk about here today. Honestly, not a ton of spoilers, but we got a little bit of a conversation, more of an open-ended tonight, and we're also going to show off something cool that we want to show people that we'll talk about in a little bit. So before we get started, if you like what we're doing, want to consider clicking that subscribe button down below. It goes a long way to help the channel. Or you can always join the channel as a member to get access to those cool emotes and other things. We really appreciate your support. Okay.
and just remember, every dollar you donate goes to the Jeremy Grows a Beard to match the rest of us fund.
I just shaved, like literally just shaved before this. Not enough donuts.
Ooh.
Not enough
Dang.
donuts.
You didn't get the
came in.
memo,
Not
man.
enough
You didn't get the
donuts came in.
memo.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh.
So that's all on you guys.
That
I
is
don't
all-
know.
Yeah, there's no donuts.
He's got to get at
yeah,
least a chin strap.
yeah. for
chin
sure.
strap.
Chad, is this real? Anyway.
I will also say, I did have a flash. We'll talk about why in a moment, but I did have a flash of like there might be a feature match in the coming weeks where I bring the gloves back. But I'll talk about exactly why that happens when we get to it. So we have a couple of cards. We had a couple of cards to spoil tonight, or not to spoil, to go over. Just the kind of tail end. We do know at this point for sure that there's some kind of typo on the sell sheet, or like didn't carry over from whatever. The sell sheet for the main set talks about sub rulers. The full set's been spoiled and there's no sub rulers on it. So something happened.
No.
So something happened.
Listen,
and there was a little
intern
bit of
Kuhn
weird
got
carryover.
really excited with the copy paste button, man. I don't know what to tell you.
For sure. It's fine. There's lots of cool stuff in this set anyway, so it's all good. So we have Crown of Bethmura, the non-existent city, incarnation of white, blue, or black, meaning that you just have to sacrifice 3 things to make it, right?
Yeah.
A red thing, a blue thing, and a black thing. Search your deck or graveyard. By tapping it, you can search your deck, graveyard, and or hand for a card named Black Moon and put it into the field. If you searched your deck, shuffle it, play this ability only if you control a ruler named Fiend of the Dark Pyre. I know people have gotten into the semantics of technically Fiend of Dark Pyre. It doesn't have the word "the" in it. Listen. Okay. We all know what it means. Move on.
Rule by intention.
You're excited. Very excited.
Yeah.
Very excited for the errata sheet coming out
Yeah,
later.
for sure.
Let's go.
J rulers named Nyarlathotep the Faceless God gain the following abilities. Untouchable. This card gains all keyword abilities of Cthulhu Resonators you control. And God's Art Unspeakable Truth. For 3 color, you card deals X hundred damage to your opponent, where X is the attack of this card. Keeping in mind that Faceless, Nyarlathotep the Faceless God gained the stats of every single Cthulhu you controlled. And Black Moon just said at the end of your turn, put a Cthulhu spell into from the graveyard into the field. So, you combine this with the Forbidden Scripture that lets you make things to specifically incarnate very quickly, and pretty cool card. pretty cool card. I like it. Our Josh Fury, our local Gnarly Cthulhu player, was very excited to see this card. And it's a regalia, which is neat.
More regalia. It's
Wait.
also a Cthulhu.
Yep, and it's a Cthulhu.
Yeah. I was about actually fun story about this one. First of all, Jimmy, Black Moon is the beginning of your main phase, not the end of your turn.
Apologies. You're right.
Anyway, what is a non-spell card?
It'd probably be a Resonator at that point in time because of the old word
Or
and stuff.
well, hear me out. If it's regalia, if somebody kills the Regalia and you tap in response and put Black Moon into the field, you can just bring back the Regalia.
That might be legit. So the question becomes, so here's the question, and I bring this up purely because of what they've been doing recently with promos. I'm curious because they already gave us the Bastet promo, which is very clearly set up to be support for Alex Sansta, or like because she wants limit counters and stuff. It makes me wonder if, with such a clear reference to Black Moon, maybe Black Moon gets a promo, which that might clarify the language a little bit better. I don't know. Like, it would be easy, right? It in theme, an opportunity to do something cool for the support of this card as like a Wanderer League promo and clarify the language on it. Like, will they do that? Who knows? Could they do that? Sure.
Possibly.
Fine with that.
I still think they should have made this card more consistent, you know, like Fiend of the Dark Pyre. Just take that the. It's like they took the from Nyarlathotep of the Faceless God. Then she just wrote Nyarlathotep Faceless God.
And just
then
like
it would have been like
purely
her.
reversed
Yeah,
it.
it's like, you know,
Really
you guys remember the
pretty
transitive property? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure, like, if you just like algebraically speaking, it makes sense if you
I mean,
do
they're
that.
Cthulhu. What are you gonna say?
Yeah, for sure. That's fine. I mean, this is cool. I definitely think that the Mother Dagon, Father Hydra stuff was cool in Pilgrim Memories. I think the addition was very, very cool. They did feel a little one trick and didn't really care about Nyarlathotep. I mean, I get the idea was like make a crap ton of dudes flip Nyarlathotep so she's huge, but there was no real payoff there. Most of the time, it was make a bunch of dudes play Yogg-Sothoth, give them all swiftness, kill you. And so this like shifts it back to being something that's more for the J Ruler and makes playing the addition more important so you can incarnate quickly, which I think is cool. I think it's a nice way to flesh out more support for the OG Nyarlathotep.
We do love our Nyarlathotep OG.
Yeah,
I was thinking about playing
sure.
it with the Cthulhu package with Mom and Dad again.
Yeah, yep. I mean, you'd get it out very,
Dad.
very quickly.
They're summoning elderly beings again. Get on in here.
Next up, we
But Pat,
have.
what did we talk about?
Next up, we have Heirs of the Fairy Tale. I love this card
I love this
so much.
Imo mentioned.
I'm excited.
One
I'm
blue-
I'm gonna say
mentioned-
future Matt. Future Matt.
Yes, for sure,
absolutely.
100%. This is definitely going to be
100%
one of
future
the. This is going to be a vertical. We're going to shoot for trying to make this a vertical mat for FowFest. I'm definitely going to have some copies of this available. Heirs of the Fairy Tale. 1 blue, 1 white, 1 black. Play this card only if you control a J/Ruler with Grimm in its name and 2 entities named Crimson Moon Fairy Tale. Expel all regalia you control. Reveal up to 2 J Rulers you own with Millium, Lumia, Imul, Aristella, or Dexia in their name from outside the game. Keep them revealed until the end of the game. If you do, put a J Ruler token copy of each card revealed this way into the field. Put 15 Power Dragon counters on J Rulers you control named Millium, the Sacred Dragon, as they enter the field. And J Rulers you control named Imul, Princess of Despair, gain Fairy Tale entities you control, gain Inverse in addition to their other races until end of game. So what this represents, the most important thing, the whole most important thing to take away from this card, Dexia J Ruler coming soon.
No, the most important thing is to remember that
coming soon because we don't have an
We
Aristella.
also don't
J-Ruler.
have an Aristella J Ruler. We already knew about Aristella being the king of the 12 Sacred Knights, so clearly he was going to get a J Ruler side, but it is very nice that Dexia is like going to get a like actual ruler, right? Because like Ainz was Dexia. Dexia died and went straight to Marvel Rare Ghost status, and so it's like, oh come on, man! Like,
they also remember that
Let 'em
Millium
screw
and
it.
Imul both exist. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm mad
for
that it's
sure.
not flavorful that Dexy is a spirit.
yeah, for sure. The game remembers Millium exists. Yeah, hashtag dead. I imagine that the J Rulers here will be in the ABC product. That was certainly what was mentioned with Aristella, King of the 12 Sacred Knights. Like when they showed that, they talked about the ABC deck set and that a new Aristella was coming. So I imagine we'll probably also see the Dexia in the ABC deck set. So that's something. This card's cool. I wish it was a fairy tale. I wish it had the fairy tale race. I get why it doesn't. Because then it would honestly be too easy to cast, like just by itself. Because if it was naturally a fairy tale, then the two, just by getting the Crimson Moon Fairy Tales onto the field that you need to be able to cast it, this card becomes a 1-drop.
Yeah.
And so like the making it not a fairy tale means that it takes a little bit more setup. You have to like play Neverend to then be able to make it a fairy tale to then make the and like that for me is like, yeah, that tracks. That's understandable. I get it. Obviously this card will get potentially better and worth building around potentially competitively based on the new Aristella and Dexia. Right? Like that becomes a big piece of what plays into it.
I like that Imo will get her enter effect when you put the token in off of this, so you get to look at the top 3 still.
Yeah, for sure. And then you get the Lumia, which is like you can grab Flicker Lumia, or you can grab Flicker Lumia, or you can grab draw the recast Lumia, right? A lot of cool stuff.
Flicker Lumia getting being grabbed just for like 10
grab
for
Lumia
1,000 swiftness is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Grab Lumia Imel, and then you flip Raymond off of Imel, and then you kill them.
Yeah. No worries. Just Lumia
All
Infinite.
right.
Lumia Infinite. Let's go. Domain expansion, the Brothers Grimm, basically this card in a nutshell. Yeah, for sure. I wasn't expecting a card like this. I think I talked about this.
Taylor went insane.
Taylor went insane. I think for me, there's something also special about this card too, in the fact that like the Grimm fairy tales and like the concept of Grimm was what got me into Force of Will in the beginning, and it's always kind of been this like prominent, not prominent, prominent, not prominent, like kind of like hinted at over the course of the game's history past Grimm Cluster, and to have this kind of like we're at the 10-year mark, the 11-year mark, so many sets, so much has happened, and then there's just kind of like no, we didn't forget. Here's where we started, and here's the through line throughout this entire time. It's just like, oh, that's really cool. Like, that's nostalgic. That's really, I don't know. That's just really exciting to me.
Loyalty to their own brand.
Yeah, for sure.
I really like their crowns in this art, too.
I have looked at what I would Uber if I Uberized this playmat, and it's 100% the eyes and the crowns.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, it would just...
The crowns are iconic, yeah.
It would
crowns
be
are
that is
really
correct.
If there's any card that'll get Taylor playing this game again, it's literally just this one, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, for sure. I sent this card to Taylor, and Taylor went, well, I guess I'm bringing a Millium deck to FowFest. Yeah.
Perfect. There we go.
There you go.
Let's go.
And Taylor still has their Millium cosplay, I think. So that would play a Millium deck while being Millium seems pretty dope.
That's kind of iconic. Yeah, let's do it.
For sure. And that's the end of the set.
Wow.
Where's
Look
my
at that.
where's my special stones, Jeremy?
They don't exist.
Where's my other 5 tri-stones?
This is a Wendy's.
Next set.
Where's my American stone?
Set 3.
American Stone win.
Set 3 will probably be when we get the other 3 tri-stones, or the other 5 tri-stones. I'm kind of glad that we have, this world. Like, we have enough with what I get why people wanted the other 5 tri-stones 100%, but I'm also kind of very excited that with all this stuff that's talking about like forcing us into magic stone types or everything else, it's kind of like, no, go play the OGs. Go play OGs for a bit.
Both.
Omega Zero, you'd like to order a Big Mac with a side of 5 new tri-stones? Sir, this is a Wendy's.
I would like to order a Baconator with 5 tri-stones.
We're only serving.
Sir,
We're only serving breakfast right now.
Right.
We're only serving.
I'll
Sir,
take
this is
a
a
Whopper
curve.
Junior.
This is a Taco Bell, sir. What are you doing?
Oh, right. Can I get a burrito supreme with extra Big Mac sauce?
You got it. Yep,
Cream machine
100%,
broken.
100%. We don't sell food here. We sell blankets. We're a Wendy's that
Why are
doesn't
you a
participate in
Wendy's?
anything. You know how they say prices and participation may vary? We're the Wendy's that doesn't
Why are you
participate in
here?
anything. We just sell blankets.
What do you sell?
Blankets.
Sir,
I just
you're
said
in-
blankets.
You are in Bed Bath and Beyond, and you are trying to find things that are beyond.
Regardless of that train wreck of a tangent.
Okay.
So
Listen, that's what we're here for. This is that's spoiled. It's
And
over.
scene.
You can go home now.
For sure. I do want to say we have seen We saw the pre-release kit opening on last Friday. Tomorrow at noon, we have the sneak peek double box opening here on the channel, so looking forward to that. And then later this week, we'll have the ban list, which whatever that is. I think it's pretty obvious to a lot of us what we anticipate being hit.
Ban Shayla.
Yep, 100%. 2 OP.
That's fine. It's okay.
Olivia is getting proactively banned because she's gonna be too good in an era of the 3 regalia, so they just can't let Olivia be good. So she's just getting.
We've heard that Untouchable is a bit of a problem mechanic, so we just banned every single blue card.
Yeah, for sure.
Enjoy Force of Wind again.
Just delete blue.
Yeah,
It's a
we're
4-color game
It's
now.
a 4-color game now. So we have
Screw Pat and Paul
Where's
exactly.
my whiskey?
cards that we anticipate being hit would be things that
Hey,
we've
I got
talked about
wine.
before. Is things like Chev's Tears, Inferno, Artillerist, something related to Gates or Little Maria. These are things that we kind of have anticipated. And I think most players have kind of really, at this point in time, at least from what I've seen from the competitive players, all kind of fallen in lockstep with what are like obvious do not test with cards because they imagine that they're going to get hit as they get ready for Worlds, which is kind of what I was just talking about, which is like Chev's Tears, Inferno, that kind of stuff.
My infinite combo.
Oh yeah, also probably Falchion Spirit of Calmness is probably going to get hit. It's one of these weird things where like
The thing that dies to mirror.
Well, also mirror gets harder to cast in this next format because
Not mirror, sorry, mask.
Mask. Oh yeah, the thing that gets stopped by mask. Spirit of Calmness getting yeeted. It's not gonna get pushed back to Wednesday like JRP was. We don't know. We don't know when the video is gonna drop, right? Who knows?
I found something very exciting out.
Go for it.
There was an article about Nadu and Magic the Gathering being banned, where they were talking about how they pretty much didn't playtest the card in its final form, and I was like, that's really funny. And then I remembered that Force of Will also doesn't playtest any of their cards, so then here we are with our ban list coming up.
So I think it's interestingly enough, and correct me if you feel different, Patrick or Paul, Mike, you're not gonna know, so I'm not gonna ask you for your opinion.
I can give my opinion.
You can give your
We're
opinion.
getting glorious support.
I'm not asking for your opinion right now. So pause.
Listen to Dad.
Okay, Dad.
Anywhoozle, this to me feels like probably the easiest to call ban list from a community's perspective. The previous few ban lists have certainly felt like everyone kind of has a different opinion and we're not quite sure what should be hit, or we all have kind of different opinions. I don't know about you guys if you feel the same way. This to me feels like the most slam dunk, easy to pick ban list we've ever walked into. Like, I don't even feel like there's much speculation talking that we have to do tonight.
No, it's certain things need to get hit in some way, shape, or form. It's just the debate of how those things get hit sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like whatever they print in the Memoria pack might come up.
And I think we know that. I think France pre-release kits are still currently just regular boxes.
Right.
And so we've seen Gruce Ballesta. We don't have like official text on them. I mean, I do because I opened boxes for a video that premieres
what a
tomorrow.
guy!
Crazy.
For the video.
Just remember, everyone, Jeremy
For
doesn't
the
share it with you.
So we know that it's it is Gruce Ballesta, Belial, and Arc. We also know that the other 6 Memoria pack cards that are like rework protocol cards are Dragon of Solari, Electo, Spirit of Decay, Generate Replicant, Angelic Battle Barrier, and Painter's Gears. Which, honestly, Paul and I talked about all of those last week. Like those are all ones that Paul and I talked about last week. Could be easy ones to bring back. We don't have the text. The text isn't public in terms of what they've changed. You'll have to wait until tomorrow to see my video to see how they have changed.
They're probably just locked or hard once per turn, or
yeah. So you'll see. So we know those pieces. So obviously those cards are coming off the ban list, which is very interesting. Especially, I kind of am really excited to play around with Belial again. Like his new design is pretty nice. You'll see it in the video. I think they did a really good job with him, like making him like fun but fair but still good. Especially if they do something to Artillerist. Like if they hard ban Artillerist, Belial is back on the menu, boys. Like
Steven just went on suicide alert.
I can't wait to jam Life Zapper Chrono Gears into Belial.
I mean, sure, Pat. Sure, Pat. That's gonna work out great for you. He said, knowing the text of Belial. Like, that's gonna work out great for you, buddy. Anywho,
I can't wait to play all these token cards.
Yeah, play all
unknowingly.
play all those token cards. That'll work really well for you with new Belial. Patrick. So yeah, neat stuff. I will also say that I did have my first testing experience this weekend, just playing with the Regalia, both in mind in terms of deck design and playing actual matches of it. I spent the entirety of my birthday Friday just designing decks. I designed
Happy belated birthday, Jeremy.
I designed a bunch of them.
You're 33 now.
I'm
Yeah.
33.
33.
It was a lot of fun. I designed
Another foot in the grave.
I designed Zaki AD Stun, glorious inheritance control, Star Fox, which was hilarious. 64. I designed a isekai control list. So we just truck people to death. I also designed Mom and Dad Stealth. Because if you thought Seer wasn't suddenly on the menu because she loses all the races, you're wrong. Because Stealth remains broken and is cracked in a slower format. So, there's a thing. ABC decks over the weekend, for sure. I can't let you do that stuff. Do a barrel roll. But honestly, I also played over the weekend with Tyler Tompkins. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I played with Tyler Tompkins over the weekend, and he was initially a very big skeptic of the Regalia going into it. And then we played games for like 3 hours, and he walked away with like, no, actually, these are good. Like, these are good for the game environment. They make the games a lot more fun. Even if you don't cheat them in at the beginning of the game, the deck building changes that they force by existing inherently create a much more fun game. Like, he had more fun with it than he certainly anticipated. He likened it to playing
Tyler Tompkins with the World's Invite?
Yeah, with a World's Invite. Hey, World's player. He likened it very much to like in terms of game feel, very much like Rhea era Force of Will, Rhea cluster era Force of Will, without the like ridiculous like one-sided nature of the meta that was Sherry 2, but like the actual feel of the game in Rhea cluster is what he kind of compared it to. And it was a lot of fun. We had a really great time. It was really fun. So yeah, good times to have there, which means it's a great time to try to get old guard players to get back in or teach people how to play, because the format itself is going to be a lot more main phase interactive and tempo focused rather than silly wombo combo things. Like, you're not gonna, like, you're taking an inherent, there's something about this last format where you just threw wombo combos in your deck because why not? Like, there was no risk to just like, I'm just gonna include wombo combos.
Sometimes you just have it.
Because sometimes you just have it and you got it. But like, I think this next format is telling you like, don't do that. Like, don't don't try to just randomly throw infinites or wombo combos at your opponent, because sometimes your opponent will just, by starting the game, say, hey, remember that whole chunk of your deck? That's just not going to work anymore. And then you are sad. So it's like you just can't build the decks that way.
Dang. Glorious was racist.
Yeah. She's colorblind.
I'm glad she's dead.
But you don't want to be sad. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. I'm sorry, poor IU player. But regardless, walking into this format, you have a really awesome new tool that you can use to playtest this new environment, and show people that new environment, and make content in this new environment if you want, and do a lot of cool things. Mainly because of the wonders that is Neeb Valungen, who helped commentate the last online GP, Dominic Ahammer, and our very own Patrick Ogrins. Y'all did a thing.
We did the thing!
You
Finally!
did a thing.
Oh my god!
And I gotta open
What
it
happened?
up.
I missed it.
We opened up. They created a plug-in for Tabletop Simulator for Force of Will.
Oh shit, buddy! Let's go!
I'm gonna pull it up here and we're gonna kind of show it off a little bit here. So you're gonna get cheesy music in just a second, which I'm gonna mute as soon as I get in. So just wait for that. Yeah, enjoy my cheesy music. I'm gonna quickly turn my. I don't want game volume down. Get out of here. Thank you.
I love the tabletop sim.
I don't want any of that stuff.
It's so good.
So we have this wonderful. You can find it through just. You can find it through the wonders that is just like the Steam Workshop. If you go into like the workshop area and you go to Tabletop Sim, you can just search up Force of Will, and you can find it there. Patrick, feel free to put a link to it in the chat in the
Somebody's already gotten to it.
Perfect. Thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you,
chat.
David.
It's wonderful. It is great. So once you're in Tabletop Simulator, you can just do create. I'm just going to open up a single player here, and it'll pop up. You got this Force of Will TCG scripted table. It says scripted in the sense that it has buttons.
Buttons.
Got buttons.
Which is helpful.
Yeah, buttons.
And then the best part about it is that it loads decks directly from
Force of Wind links.
Force of Wind links, which is phenomenal. Oh, my computer is not happy with me trying to
I
do
see
this.
it in the background.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna refresh the stream real quick.
Yeah. We should be back now. Maybe.
Play.
It's playing an ad for me. Yeah, okay. Looks like we're back.
Oh.
Okay. Patrick.
That's some stream quality.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, it's at 240p. Why is it in 240p?
Well, it's
Hell
because,
yeah,
because you're in my.
240,
It's because the Discord server is not super connected. We are back though. We're back. So, Tabletop Simulator, we are here. As you can see, it looks beautiful. It does support up to 4 players for ABC for multiplayer. It's got a wonderful setup here. And again, it's got some great buttons available for everybody. And Patrick's going to kind of walk us through everything here that's on the table. So, Patrick, take
we're
us
having
through.
all sorts of troubles now.
Oh, what is your troubles? What is Patrick's
This is
troubles?
going great.
I know,
This
right?
is
This is
amazing.
great. This is going fantastic.
I love it.
Patrick, where did you go?
Uh-oh.
Patrick is also dead. Jeez.
Patrick died.
I fixed
No.
fix. Nope, fix.
Come
Okay, he's
on.
back. He's
My
back.
headset-
He's back.
We're really
Fix
selling
it,
the
fix.
community on this
Okay.
idea.
My Bluetooth headset decided to de-pair for some reason.
Okay, great. Cool. Well, welcome back. Why don't you walk us through what we're seeing here?
So the table mats, I did most of the models that you see, and Dom did most of the programming on the back end and did the API for the deck loader.
Yeah.
The deck loader is very nice. It only works with public decks. If you really want to keep your deck private, you can unprivate it for like 20 seconds while you load it in, and then make it private again.
Helpful.
But let's see. Let's grab.
I have used this deck loader. It works great. It's really nice to be able to just design the deck on Force of Wind and then just kind of go in. You paste it.
Throw my Valentina list in.
Yeah, there you go.
It's currently, for some reason, throwing an error. I'm having Dom look at it soon. It's throwing an error when you try to move around a ruler at the moment, but all the other cards work just fine.
Yep.
Put it in the main deck.
One thing to note that I've noticed is that Force of Wind doesn't like, or Tabletop Simulator doesn't like putting the backside on a ruler. So just a note that when you design your Force of Wind deck to include both the ruler and the J ruler in your deck list so that you can kind of like drag and drop which one you need.
Oh.
Just play single-sided rulers.
Great, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, you just go into state and you can say this the other side. Awesome. It just doesn't have the Oracle text for the back. So if you need Oracle text, it still is like here.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, it is on Tabletop Simulator, which means you do have to buy Tabletop Simulator, but then the workshop for this is
the plugin is free.
Plugin is free. So side deck goes over in this bottom left corner, stone deck goes in this top left corner, main deck goes in the top right corner, and then walk us through these handy dandy buttons.
We got nice buttons. Of course, you got regular draw for if you just need to draw a card, and your hand is always shown at the bottom of your screen when you mouse over it, no matter where you're looking on the board.
Nice.
That's pretty good. I like that.
There is an untap button, so let's just put this in the field and use Q and E to rotate them. You can actually use this to change like your angle, but everybody just uses 90. Otherwise, you're a heathen. But it does just recover everything,
which is
there
awesome.
There is a 4C button, and it has built into it buttons that allow you to put it on top of your deck and bottom of your deck.
Look at that! Look at how cool that is.
Excellent.
Pants. Rich McGee over here.
For mulliganing, you can actually just go.
4C the top 5.
I don't want to see these. I don't want to see these. And I can put these in my hand and then
draw 2 more.
Draw 2 cards.
That's helpful to do mulligans. 4C5, very helpful.
Mill also works. It just mills a card right in your graveyard. The reveal button I wanted to keep for IU, but then we got the news that IU's dead. That way you can just reveal top 2.
Yeah.
And it just reveals the top from your deck. And then we got the fancy call stone buttons, where it actually just goes, taps your ruler, and puts a stone into play.
Look at how nice that is.
Oh my God.
Look at how nice that is.
And the
it's
recover button recovers everything in the field.
Good.
Oh my God. Wait, this is so sick. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Both of these buttons work too.
Patrick, what do I have to pay you to do the same thing for convergence?
Thankfully, most of these were able to be stolen from a Magic table, but some of them we did get to make ourselves. I've made 3 ruler slots just in case, because we do have one final deck that uses 3 rulers.
Yep.
But we also have sub rulers.
Yep. And an area for the extension rule there on the right.
And an extension rule,
which is nice. It's very nice. It's a good setup. Can you still use? Can you still use reveal for Zaki? Maybe. Yeah, that could work. Yep. And then you would just at the end of the turn, you would just expel those.
Yeah.
Right.
And you can just put like.
Could reference them up top or something else like that for your like expelled area. It's maybe a way to add tokens into it. A possible way to add.
We don't have token art yet, but you can take these and you can just plop it in. If the physics engine would be cooperative, and you could just say, "I want this to be an ethereal," and it is a 4/4.
Yep. So we have kind of some backdoor ways to do it. Possible way to add single cards. Now, you wouldn't be able to do stuff like that. I think there's a way to clone a card, but you would probably just like do exactly what kind of what Patrick just said. If you wanted to add a card, you would just make a little token and then use reference text on it to be able to do stuff like that.
We've got these. I love. I made the little foul symbol.
Yeah,
They're actually in order.
nice.
And then you can actually click and drag out of a symbol, and you have a floating will token.
Floating will tokens.
Hey,
Look how
that's
good
really
that
sick. Oh my
is.
god.
That's so
Oh.
nice.
Excuse me, sir. There's none for void.
I
tokens?
have the symbols for moon, time, and void.
Yeah,
I haven't made them yet.
yeah. But we're
Oh
working
shit.
on it.
Okay.
And the nice part, and the nice
They're
part is
just
with
infinite.
the nice part is with how these plugins work is as you guys do updates, it'll like auto update.
Yeah,
on
it
our end,
automatically
right?
updates for everybody.
Yep. And so it's very
Regular
nice.
plus X counters.
Yep. You can add and increase. Very cool. Very cool. I'm excited to goof around with this. We're certainly going to use it to be able to make ABC content a lot more consistently on the channel.
The best button, the bra button.
What does the bro button do?
Is the sound not on? Damn it. Oh, it's probably going to my a different audio source
yeah,
now
yeah,
because my
fair.
headset disconnected.
Yeah,
But
for
it
sure.
does.
You can literally hit the bruh button and it just says the bruh.
Yeah.
voice.
It does.
That's so sick.
That's
That's
very
awesome.
that's very funny. And then what is this
So
card in
good.
the what is this thing that over here that has the Mikage on it?
It's just a tablet that goes straight to Force of Wind.
So you can like look up a card.
Yeah.
If you
Oh my
wanted to.
god.
Look at that! Built-in searcher right while you're playing.
Perfect.
It's so good. And you
You
can
I
can
love
even
it.
actually load the pack sim on it.
That's
That is actually
that's
insane.
so crazy.
What the fuck? Oh my god. You guys went above
Blowing
and
our
beyond.
minds.
This is actually
And
insane.
The funny thing is that everybody at the table loads their own pack because it's an instanced website for everybody.
So you could technically, in a very complicated as hell way, draft.
You could technically play sealed.
Yeah, you could play sealed on Tabletop Sim. That's
Oh, don't play
don't,
sealed.
but you could.
Don't.
You could. That's insane.
Love yourself.
That's insanely cool.
Self-love.
This is-
Self-respect.
The fact that this is available to all of us for free is actually fucking nuts.
It's
Patrick, you
pretty
guys are
nice.
saints. Oh my god.
Just
We've
have
been
to,
wanting to work on this for a while. It's just taken a while to be able to reverse engineer a deck importer.
yeah.
All right, you guys are hired for the conversions team whenever I get that shit off the ground.
Yeah, this is very cool. This is very, very cool. The pack simulator reminded me of the progression series. Is that still going on or was it scrapped? It is technically still going on. I still have our most active pools. I will say that I dealt with some stuff at work that caused it to be very difficult for me to maintain the speed of editing on the progression series, feature matches, deck profiles, and podcasts every week and everything else. So something had to go back burner, and that back burner was the progression series. And then as such, Bremont got and it still is pretty actively involved in the competitive Lorcana season right now, and so didn't want to put too much pressure on him to like have to also do Force of Will stuff on the side. That's so funny. That's a dice cannon. That's hilarious. And so the plan is to bring the progression series back. We still have our most active pools. It's just been a matter of like something had to go back burner, and that was it. So we do want to do it. It just hasn't happened as of yet. And maybe we'll use Tabletop Sim for the progression series.
Oh
forward
damn!
Instead of Untap, which might work better. Because then we don't have to double build
Laura.
decks. Yeah, for sure.
Literally anything to get me off on tap at this point is also kind of my.
I mean,
thought
Untap-
process.
Untap has been a
Forcibly
one-
saved from Untap.
Untap has still been a very helpful tool, but this is
Mhm.
also just a very nice, quality of life, focused tool. It's not automated in the fact that you still have to like know how to play the game, but it is very helpful for the fact that it's
No,
it's very
literally,
clean.
if you could automate this, it would be like actually just fucking insane.
So, but that is what we have. Very cool stuff. Thank you, Patrick, for showing that off for us.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the stop watching stuff, and we'll just kind of go back to talking. If you want to turn off your stream here.
Yeah, let me get out of the game.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Get your head out of the game.
Get your head out of the game. Get it out.
Get it out.
Get it out of
Turn
the
on
game.
cam. There we go. Oh,
You're a black screen.
Everything.
Oh,
is
Pat-
it trying to
Oh,
capture
no.
card
Patrick
again?
started to
No, he's
break.
been
Patrick
swallowed.
started to break.
He's in Monstro.
He's in
the
Monstro.
heck?
It's super
He's
dark
in
here.
Monstro. He doesn't have a match.
So yeah, I mean, this a lot of cool stuff happening. A lot of cool stuff coming down the pike. We're gonna try to do some ABC content here on the channel shortly, especially probably at this point in time, we might wait to do ABC content until we get the contents of the ABC deck set and then kind of do like an ABC feature using the new ABC deck set, which is supposed to be like end of September, early October. So I imagine maybe within the next couple weeks, we'll probably see something about it. I wouldn't be particularly surprised if the company, like, during the ban list video talks about it to, like, consider hyping it up. But we'll wait to see.
Spoiling things again immediately.
What?
They're gonna start spoiling things again immediately.
Immediately, especially if there's new cards. 'Cause we're supposed to be getting new like Wu Zhao Wu support, the entire Void ABC deck archetype. There's probably the new Carlina support, like all kinds of new stuff that's coming down the pike, plus any other reworking protocol cards that come off in the ABC deck, which will be exciting. And then we get two GPs.
Keeping you up, Jeremy?
Then we got 2 GPs left to go. We have one in Milan and I think one in overseas. I think in Singapore has one more GP somewhere.
Is Milan not overseas, Jeremy?
I know as soon as I said it. I knew. So Milan and then Singapore. I think are the 2 remaining GPs to see what the rest of the season is. And then we get Worlds and near the end of October. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing both are post ban list. Yeah, they both should be. Both ban lists. So it's very real. There's a very real possibility that the Singapore one would be Asia format, where it has like bans, hyper limited,
It's like
semi-limited kind of stuff. So we'll see how much that plays into the fact. But we'll, whatever. It's being run by, that's Converging Wills territory. So whatever they're gonna do, there's gonna be cool stuff. All right, Grandpa Jeremy, let's get you to bed now. Yeah, that's fair.
Get you to bed now.
Let's get me to bed. So I'm excited. I'm excited for new stuff. I'm excited to play these new decks. I'm excited for Paul to play Misung. And then all kinds of other stuff. And like I said, I think
Misung? No, Yusung.
So I have two decks that I really, really want to pilot for the channel kind of early in the life cycle. One of which will involve the gloves coming back for the feature match. I'm going to wear them during the feature match. Shush!
Fox.
No spoiling. I haven't been testing
It's gotta be Fox.
I haven't been
It's
testing
Fox.
Fox all weekend.
Says
Shush.
the man that has cosplayed the Fox.
Yeah, never. No way. There's no way. But we got some cool stuff. Paul's gonna do the full dance as he casts the chance, as she should. It's gonna happen. We got some cool stuff.
Oh,
I'm
if you
really
need any
excited to
pointers on
see.
posing, I got you, bud.
Next week we'll be back talking about the ban list and any other future news that came out of the Memoria Pack video ban list stuff. Then we'll be jumping in this Wednesday. We have the pre-release for Odyssey Games being streamed. So you'll be able to check that out on Wednesday, and get caught up on deck profiles this week as well to kick us off into the new format. And then we're off to the races in kind of for the competitive players, the World's testing season. and for the non-competitive players, the janky goof off season, which is
Janky goof off, let's go!
which is awesome, which is a lot of fun. So it's gonna be good times, and that's gonna do us up here for us tonight. Thank you all for being so flexible with the weird computer issues, and until next time, this is myself, DMO73, and I've been joined as always by Paul Reisman,
470MD,
Mike Rance,
CL72,
and Patrick Ogrins.
Good night.
Class dismissed, everybody. Have a good one.